Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Rough Draft Sportscast. I am your host, Damon Kennedy. If you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become one of the RDS gang. If you're already a subscriber, then y'all already know. So let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. The deadline passed yesterday for Dak Prescott to get a new deal done with the Dallas Cowboys. There was no deal done, so he will play this year under the $31.4 million salary tag. I am A-OK with this, y'all. The winds are changing in Dallas. If y'all are not paying attention, the winds are changing. I think that this is the first real move of the Stephen Jones era. I think that you see Stephen Jones's fingerprints all over this. Now, normally in an older situation where Jerry was pulling all the strings, this Dak deal would have got done. I think that he would have even caved to that fifth year for Dak, and he would have given him whatever he wanted, salary cap be damned. But this is a Stephen Jones move right here, man. I mean, you've seen that Stephen Jones is a little bit tighter on the pockets as far as these, mega contracts. Because if you look at the Zeke deal, that was not a Stephen Jones thing. That was a Jerry Jones thing all the way. You could see Jerry all over that. He was the point man in every single, conversation and situation that had to do with Zeke's contract. This one, if you're a real Cowboys fan and you're plugged into it, Steven has been the point man on this for quite some time. And I've been telling you guys, we don't know what the relationship is like right now between Dak and Mike McCarthy, or even if there is a relationship at all. I know a lot of people think that Mike McCarthy came to Dallas in order to be able to work with this quarterback. But once again, we don't know that for sure. And we don't know how Dak feels about the Mike McCarthy offense. A good portion of me feels like Dak is actually trying to force his way out of Dallas. I think that he sees that he can go ahead and get his $31 million guaranteed here in Dallas. And, if things don't shake out the way that they are supposed to, he'll still be able to get a mega deal in free agency next year. And all sides will be able to cover themselves, because here's the thing. If Dallas ends up going 8-8 or, even worse this year, then Dallas is going to be in the market for a quarterback no matter what. That's going to put them in that 10 to 15 pick range. And you can get somebody at 10 to 15. I mean, Pat Mahomes dropped all the way to 10. There's a lot of quarterbacks that are coming out this next year that are going to be eligible for this draft that the Cowboys would love to snatch up if things don't go the way that they think that they're going to with Dak. And here's another thing too. I mean, right now we have Dak under contract for the 31.4. We still have $11 million left over in salary cap. So there's a lot of things that we can do. So even if we don't spend this $11 million, that's going to add on to our cap for next year, which actually was probably going to end up staying flat. With the way that the owners are going to be losing revenue this year with, having a limited amount of fans or even having no fans. I don't see a salary cap increase happening until that new TV money kicks in 2 years. So here's the thing. If Dak balls out, he'll be able to get a mega contract from the Cowboys next year, and they'll be able to do it no problem. They're just going to have to move a chunk of that money into the second year of the contract. So he's going to get paid either way. So, Dak is kind of betting on himself, but I think that this was foolish on his part. I think he should have went ahead and took that $100 million guaranteed that they offered him right before this deadline, and he would have been able to have some security. And here's the thing, Jerry and Steven, if you're performing, they're gonna, they'll be able to restructure your contract. They'll even let you re-up a contract. He could have been able to re-up that contract in 3 years for all we know. So, I'm good with it right now. I think that, Dak is betting on himself, and that's fine. But here's the thing. If you don't ball out, then you're the fuck up out of here. Like, you're gone out of Dallas. But here's the thing, Dak, if you do ball out and you go crazy and we go deep in the playoffs, guess what, my man? You're going to be able to get that Pat Mahomes type money. So, if everybody is betting on themselves, the Cowboys are betting on themselves of putting a team around him that'll make him successful, and Dak is now betting on himself that he's going to be successful enough that the Cowboys are going to have no choice but to offer him a mega contract. So as of right now, I'm good with the fact that Dak hasn't signed his new deal. I think the Cowboys actually are in a smart position right now by not spending all that money on Dak without knowing exactly what they have out of him. They're going to need to see a little bit more. So, as far as my Cowboys fans, man, we should be happy about this development right here, because Dak is either going to have to come out and he's going to have to play, on fire. He's going to have to be lights out, or we know exactly which way we're moving this next year, as far as we're going to have to get another quarterback. So that's where we stand right now on the Dak Prescott contract situation. And I got to say, I am happy that this is over. I'm glad this July 15th deadline has passed, so we don't have to talk about this anymore until next year. Although I know these talking heads are going to spend this whole entire season just talking about how much more money or how much less money Dak is going to get with every single throw, every single win, every single loss. So yeah, we can look forward to that. But either way, y'all, I appreciate it. You've tried the rest. Thanks for rocking with the best. Rough Draft Sportscast. Peace.
Sportscast.